Welcome to Around the Metaverse, our weekly show where we bring together the best content creators for the Web3 community to talk about recent news and give you everything you need to know to stay up to date, baby. Let's go. It's Monday. My name is Doug Hype, and I'm here to be your host. But more importantly, we're going to have an amazing group of guests, baby. And everybody knows CryptoStache, but we got some people on the show you might not have seen here before. I'm so excited. We got COOP, baby, in the house. Yes, baby. Marketing. We're gaming on avax, member of the Wolf DAO. Welcome, COOP, baby. How are you doing?
Oh, thanks, Doug. I'm doing good. I'm feeling hyped. All right. Thanks for having me.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. This is a great stacked lineup today. Next, we got the man, the myth, the legend, coming to us from around the other side of the globe. We got Sinjin, founder of course, you know my favorite crazy great game, My Angry Yakuza Girlfriend, where I'm constantly just bashing champagne bottle bombs over my head nonstop. You see him everywhere I go because the dude's like a shadow lord. He's everywhere. He's so fun. He's so amazing. He does so many things. He's worked in like all kinds of things like poker, gaming, government, whatever. Sinjin, welcome, buddy. Like, you're one of my favorite people because you're just making me crack up nonstop, dude. So excited for you to be on the show. Whenever I have a show, I just invite Sinjin, and it's this automatic magic. How's it going, baby?
Very good. I'm happy to be here, man. I love your energy always, man.
You respond to me like that. You're like, Doug, can I get on the show? Can I be on there? And I'm like, I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And speaking of great energy and dude that just shows up and is like the man, okay? My experience in Web3 gaming, when I went full in, like 100,000%, I'm all Web3 gaming. Everything else can hit the damn road. Let's freaking go. This is the man that was there that inspired it. And it's Crypto Grady, baby. He is a member of the CRU team. You know, Cryptos Are Us, Cryptos Are Us Plus, and a karate combat fighter in the house and does so many things. The DFK community, you name it. This guy is like the #1 dude for energy on the planet. Crypto Grady, what's up, baby?
Oh, baby. Crypto's #1 shit show right here in the house. I got scammed last week, Doug, on an airdrop. It's killing me. Oh.
We're going to talk about
we're going to, yeah, we're
going
to get in that. We're getting in that.
I said, let's talk about airdrops. And I'm like, oh, just by the way, Grady's going to be on the show.
Perfect.
All right. By the way, he's the airdrop master. Let me take a drink of my drink right now. I'm on fire. I can't handle this.
In fuego, Doug.
In fuego, baby. Stash. This show is so cool because we get to see people's faces. I get to know more about people. Like, I've never gone face-to-face with COOP before. I don't think I've gone really face-to-face with Sinjin before. But it's so cool to get to know people better, find out what's going on, some opinions around the metaverse. How are you doing, buddy? The OG Web3 Gaming CryptoStache.
I'm doing good, man. I agree with you. You know, I know a lot of people love Twitter Spaces. It's a favorite here in our industry. But it is good to be able to like do the video thing and see people face to face. And I mean, it's coming to Twitter. We're gonna have Twitter live spaces where you'll have video included too. And as soon as it does, we'll all be there. We'll be doing this show there.
We'll be on the Twitter Spaces.
Yep.
Well, that voice chat got enabled now, eh? Have you guys actually tried it yet on Twitter? Voice calling?
No. Yeah, I saw that the other day. Yeah, voice calling. Yeah, I got the notification. Yeah. It was like if you want everyone to be able to call you, check here. And I'm like, whoa. Why is that the default, man? Whoa.
Where's the whiskey? Where's my whiskey stash? I want a freaking old-fashioned CryptoStache style.
It's gonna call me up and I'll FedEx to you.
Thank you. There's actually a lot of things going on with X, and they're implementing things and promising things. I'm in the process of getting with the team and trying to get that X streaming team and connect them to Taffy streams and all this stuff. They're hard to get a hold of, man. So it's a weird thing, but a lot of cool stuff is happening on X-Stache. Do we want to go around and let everybody say a little thing first before we get into the question stash? I feel like we want to figure out what's going on with these guys.
Up to you, man. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go around. I want to get a little bit of an update of what you guys have been up to real quick. How are you doing, COOP? You're the #1 guy in the show. And you realize I pumped you up less than the other people because it's not fair. You're too attractive and handsome. And you're always posting things on the interwebs that are wholesome. Hey, I'm here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And I'm like, look at Coop go. This is what I'm all about. I love it so much. And you're always around. Every show I go to, everywhere I go, you're always supporting people like crazy, tweeting people, commenting. Like, that's just the way, man. On The Mandalorian who said that's the way. That's what's about, Coop. So what have you been up to, buddy?
Thanks, Doug. That's really nice. Yeah, I try to do all that. I feel like it's part of my job a little bit. Try to facilitate a really nice community around Avalanche.
The face
gaming.
of AVAX Gaming.
Yeah.
COOP.
For as long as they can keep me, yeah. No, and I said earlier, I've been working on GDC. Like, GDC is a huge event for us, and it's one of those places where we have a rare connection between Web3 gaming and Web2 gaming, and so we have to like straddle this line and try to impress everyone on both sides.
And potential magic acts by Doug Hype at the AVAX booth, possibly.
And exactly. Like, honestly, a lot of what I'm doing right now is like, okay, what are some fun things we can just have at the booth? And one of those could be Doug Hype doing some magic. It would work out.
Gaming's all about, Coop. Instead of sitting around being like, how can we pump this token? We're sitting around being like,
whoa, Doug, do you actually know any magic tricks? Could you actually
I know
pull
a
it
magic
like
trick, a knock joke, but then I have to leave the show. So,
Doug
where I
got
just disappear.
that magic, baby. Doug knows how to work his magic.
Worked a little bit of that magic. What is that? What's up my sleeve? What's in my?
I get the sense that Doug's just a performer, and if we put him out there, he'll figure out the magic.
What's that person like Harry Potter where you can just pull anything out of it? That's like my coat. I like show up to the event. I've got cameras. I've got
sir. That is Mary Poppins, sir.
Mary Pop. Oh, sure, that too. I love.
Doug Poppins. Was sharing me that his major magic trick is being able to make a woman orgasm by just looking at her. So I'm just.
What's funny?
Hype level 1000.
The video that's releasing later today, I actually make Ryan Gosling Ryan Reynolds orgasm just by looking at me. Technically, that actually happens in the video. Okay, like I'm not even lying. You just wait. Yeah. He's just like in awe. It's amazing. So oh, that's a perfect transition into Sinjin, possibly the #1 secret troublemaker in Web3. You would never know. This is like well put together, well spoken, so much experience and so much success in life. I think that he's secretly part of the Illuminati or Yakuza or something. There's no other way to understand what he's up to. But welcome to the show, Sinjin. And it's funny too because I got a little bit of this in me. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of like crazy. A little bit of like my angry Yakuza girlfriend in the house, you know what I'm saying, baby? Can you hear that? That's my angry Yakuza girlfriend singing to me right now. How's it going, buddy? What you been up to?
Good. Just been flying around Asia and setting up for our beta launch, and we have a drop on Exterio on the 30th.
Oh, you have an actual game, you know what I mean, that people can play and enjoy?
Yeah, it's been up in alpha testing and open beta testing now since May of 2023. So pretty excited, but I'm happy to be on the Stack panel. It's great to see Coop. I think Coop is one of the top tier content creators, and there's a huge gap from him and his tier to a lot of the other guys. And CryptoStache is always one guy that I always recommend to a lot of guys who are coming into the Web3 gaming space if they want to get like a full like scope of what's going on. Who's always been very, very objective as well. And Crypto Grady, I love what you're doing with Karate Combat, man. It's a fucking cool shit. And fucking legends with you guys.
That's true, but Sinjin, we have to remind ourselves that your game is the game that triggers me so much. Literally, I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm making myself blow up all day. Like, your community probably thinks I'm completely, like, just ridiculous. And then I'm like, I'm telling Sinjin, all I did was blow myself up the whole day. I'm going to tell them what's going on here. I'm like, you guys are evil assassins. I'm going to tell on you because they're always murdering me in your game. Like B, shout out to B.
Yeah, they call it the angel
she's
of
an
death.
assassin. She tricks you. She's like, come over here, I'll help you. And then next thing you know, you're murdered. So I love that stuff so much. It just gets me right here. And then we got Crypto Grady, baby. You've been up to so much. You were literally a karate combat influencer, fighter, and like doing so many things in the space. What's up? What have you been up to, bro? I know you've been training.
Oh, life's been crazy. My head's been spinning, been all over the place. Yeah, training, getting injured, pulled my hamstring, trying to get in shape, trying to cut weight, trying to, Doug, I can go row, hard for on and off, like in intervals for 30, 45 minutes straight, no problem. Then I go spar and it's like you throw those hard punches, and it's like I can't hardly go 2 minutes
using your whole
before I
body.
start seeing stars about to pass out.
But I heard for the grapevine that you were just wrecking dudes like straight up UFC fighters at the gym.
Yeah. And so my confidence is out the roof. Doug, I'm ready to go fight Tyson Fury.
And I love how
Let's
you
go,
just yell,
baby.
I want blood on the mat. You
Yeah,
guys
I gotta-
you're not, you need to step up.
There will be
Step it
blood.
up.
Baby, I
blood
got
on the
big plans
map.
for this KC44 fight coming up. Hey, and it's official, February 23rd in Mexico City. It's when the fight is. I got big plans, and my plan is to get punched in the mouth. Let's go, Doug. Let's go, baby.
Seems like a pretty
Hey,
easy
no,
plan to
my
execute.
God.
You
on
could
the
execute
map.
that easy.
Karate Combat's having an event this weekend on Friday at their their CEO's mom's mansion with what is it, Rick Ross is hosting it, and who knows, like they're gonna all kinds of UFC people will probably be there and Karate Combat people
That's crazy.
and stuff. I don't know, I might jump on a plane and go. They're trying to get me to go to that thing. I think Paisan and King Apollo are going. But you're also involved in gaming, and you just got your airdrop situation and stuff. We'll get into that. But if people don't know, you're big into DeFi Kingdoms, and you're like a well-known person in these spaces that you're just like hardcore gamer.
I love it. Hey, did you hear about Kulo, the meme coin? Come on. Got to give that.
Grady,
Gotta get
Grady, you
some
can sell ice
Kulo,
to an
baby.
Eskimo.
Grady, you're going to jail, man, already. DOJ.
Grady, I'm telling you, man. There's a
That
reason
was
I
it.
brought
That was
these
the nail
people
right
here.
there. That was the
I'm telling
nail.
you, man. I was like, Grady and Sinjin need to meet each other because you guys both got the energy where you're in the freaking Illuminati or something, right?
Let's go. That's right. Hey, man,
I'm
I know
so-
I got scammed this week, but hey, Kulo also happened this week. So it's like it balanced it out, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I love it, man. I love this stuff so much. I'm here for the people. I'm like, I'm here for the tech. Like my is like, Doug, I'm here for the tech. I'm like, I'm here for the personalities and the zany people, the zest that I can't get enough of it. And look at Stash. You could Stash. You
There's
get
a lot of
mustache in your
characters.
whiskeys. You're in trouble because I'm gonna be drinking all those old
There
fashions. You're
are a
making
lot of
with the
characters.
cloudiness.
There's a lot of characters in Web3, man. I like
There's
it.
so many characters.
Yeah, I like it.
And we're going to talk about some characters too. Did you hear that transition where there's a character-based games, you know, Pokemon-ish and metaverse-ish things going on in the world right now. People are crashing the internets. There's so many people playing these games coming out. We've got things like Nifty Island, my whole timeline, right? Right, COOP, the timeline just full of Nifty Island and Palworld and stuff, right? Because we've seen these games where it's an open world, you can do all this stuff, but also we got Nifty Island where you can put your NFTs in the game. You can do all kinds of stuff to like promote and interconnect and make mini games and have fun and go first person shooter. Who knows what? You can build your own island and use your creativity. It's kind of fun, pretty cool. It's been really successful. Pudgy Penguins are throwing down hard. Let's see who else is going to come up and do that, right? So the first question today is, these open world games are kind of taking over just this last 3 or 4 days. It's nuts. Everyone's jumping in and playing these games. Is this
Palworld,
the
man,
metaverse they
Palworld.
promised us? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jess.
Oh yeah, and I'll take it real quick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you look at like the success of something like Palworld, where it comes kind of, I wouldn't like say out of the blue, but you know, just completely takes over gaming, and we see this
1.3
this
million
narrative.
concurrent players
Yeah, it's
yesterday.
crazy. Yeah,
What?
yeah. Millions of
Yes.
people playing concurrently.
Their servers were
It's
packed. You
huge.
couldn't even get on them.
Yeah. It is absolutely exploded. And so when you talk about like, you know, the metaverse as a concept and interoperability as another kind of concept that we kind of push and pioneer here in Web3, and then you kind of see some of those things happening in a Web2 game, but not necessarily in the same way we're doing it, right? So like, you know, as a metaverse type of game, I would kind of say that Palworld has that kind of feel to it, open world type of game. And then like one of the big things, I don't know if you guys saw this, but they have like a straight Pokemon mod of Palworld where you're literally playing as Ash Ketchum, and like there's little Pokemon, like little Pikachu's like doing mining, like and it's like is this okay? Did they say this was okay? And like,
Are
you know,
they going to ban those servers or something?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like you know, in Web3, you know, we have ways of dealing with this, right? We have avenues where this makes sense. If NFTs on the blockchain, you know, we may see you know, other companies using it for their own use case. Nifty Island is a good example of that, where you're talking about, okay, here's a Web3 based metaverse that, you know, has a little bit of similarities to Palworld, right? But you know, is more builder focused and has the same kind of interoperability of like, hey, if you own these characters, you can play as them in the game. And, you know, something like Palworld where they have a Pokemon mod where, you know, it's like, hey, well, you know, they didn't give you permission to use that stuff. Someone just went and did it. You know, is that going to get them sued? I don't know what you guys think about that, but I feel like that's a pretty big problem.
I don't know
Well,
how
let's
they.
go around the horn and let's go to COOP first and say, like, okay, because look at it. There's, even though the games are kind of different, there's much similarities. You even start
Yeah.
the same, picking an island, picking a place to go. You can do different things with your friends and kind of build there, either like build up, like literally, or build things with your, you know, it's just, both of them are going nuts right now. But is Nifty Portal going to be successful, Coop? And why do you think, like, what's going on with it? Is it like the integration of NFTs? Is it the airdrops? Is it whatever? And do you see a correlation between that and Palworld? Like, is there do you think both of those are going to do well?
Yeah, Nifty, I think it's currently successful. Like it looks currently successful because there's a lot of content creator activity. There's a lot of posting about it. There's a lot of discussion about it. But I don't know if it's going to last. I mean, that's one of the hardest questions of our space is like, how can you maintain attention over a long
Like, is the
period of
game
time?
fun enough? Like, you know,
Yeah.
is it enough to get your attention, right?
I think it looks fun. It looks like it has some aspects that I really like around building your own thing. I think that's extremely valuable. User generated content is huge, and it's clearly entertaining enough for a lot of people right now. But they have that play to airdrop aspect, and I worry that it's just not sustainable. And so that would be my real take right now, is that, like, I'm not going to say it's not going to be successful, but right now is much different than 6 months from now. And in terms of relating it to Palworld, I think they're pretty different, in my opinion. Like, Nifty is all about creating your own islands, creating user-generated content. Palworld is like this world that you have fun in, but you're not really building something the same way you do in Nifty.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why I mentioned like the mod servers, right? So you can kind of like akin those two, you know, one being having those tools built in, and then one like, okay, well, we just had our own server, we modded it, and now here's this crazy thing that like could be infringing, but you know, it's not our, you know, we didn't do it as a game, it's a mod, like somebody else did it, so you know.
Right. Yeah, to me, having the tools really built in with something like Nifty or even Fortnite having built-in creator tools is really bullish and exciting for games.
I agree.
Yeah. The Palworld thing, I mean, I don't know how they haven't already been sued. Like, I saw a thread today.
What?
It looks so much like Pokemon.
Yeah,
doesn't
without the Pokemon mod, like, they just look like Pokemon.
Yeah, like
already.
knockoff Pokemon, like the ones you find in like the Mexican market, and it's like it's like Pokemon, but with like 2 E's or something, you know, like, and all right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hanta, who put up a video and he literally fought like a gym boss that looked just like a Pokemon, like exactly the same. And I was like, huh? Is this Pokemon? Pretty funny.
Saw a thread today that showcased like side by side the Pokemon versus the Pals, and it looks identical. So I don't know what's going on.
It really does. Sinjin, you're a king of knowing like the underworld and stuff, right? So like, is Palworld gonna get in trouble for looking too much like Pokemon? And have you been on Nifty Portal? Did you put any Yakuza angry girlfriends in Nifty Portal, or sorry, not in the Nifty Portal island yet?
No, I haven't, but I think the Nifty Portal is good in the sense that for like that transition from PFP projects to gaming, this is the first step in the right direction, I think. I agree with Coop in terms of like how long is kind of the staying power of this, because I think with that UGC, what they've allowed you to do, which is great, is like these kind of social party games, right? But the social party game kind of game loop, it's fun with your friends. It's fun initially, but after a while, like whether it's Mario Party or whatever, you just kind of get bored of it unless you're like purposely kind of meeting it with your friends, or, you know, obviously you're streaming some kind of competition. When it comes to Palworld, you know, I read a lot of threads on it recently, and you know, they've used a lot of AI art. Also, you know, they're first time game designers, and you know, so they actually brought in some guys afterwards who were more senior to help them with like even like their source code, and you know, in terms of like you know, like just making sure that they have their naming conventions right and stuff like that. But I see where it's coming from, because they're definitely were very passionate. I think they spent about like $6 million to make the game. They made it in about 3 years. But you know, they had a vision of Pokemon with guns, right? And so it worked out because, you know, they were very passionate, but, you know, you can definitely see that it's like almost like this kind of fan mod more than anything else. But NCSoft a long time ago had this game that's coming back to life now, like the City of Superheroes or something like this. And Marvel sued them because you could basically modify your character to make it into, you know, like Wolverine or Storm or whatever like that in the game. And so NCSoft actually won that because what they said was that, you know, Marvel went out of their way to use the platform to make, you know, infringing characters, right? But that wasn't the intent of the platform itself. So there is a precedence where, you know, this game will not get sued for the mods per se, just because it's user generated by using the tools, right? So it's almost like, you know, you have a pen and paper, you know, you can draw something, right? So on and so forth, and make it look like whatever it's going to be like. But for their initial art and stuff like that, because if it is true that they use a lot of AI generated art, then that actually opens up a can of worms in terms of like, you know, there are these minor differences, but they're, you know, using maybe Pokemon as their base, like how much copyright there is. But when it comes to Nintendo doesn't fuck around with this kind of shit, right? Like, yeah, if you post something that's not in the format and doesn't look good, and it's like grainy, they'll tell YouTube to fucking take it off, right?
It's like Disney; they'll come after you, bro.
Yeah.
They'll come at
So you know, yeah,
Yep.
I hope to see it. But like it's funny though, because if you're talking about like UGC stuff, you know, in this sense that this entire game of Palworld is an entire UGC kind of fan kind of homage to, you know, Pokemon, where, you know, everyone's kind of gone older who's in that Pokemon crowd. I'm older than that Pokemon crowd, but, you know, fuck, that's great, you know, like a Pokemon when you have fucking guns and you can ride that shit.
I played
That's why
it.
it's
The
going
concept is
viral.
cool. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Pokemon with guns is a great concept. When you talk about mashing two things together, like I think that's what's really popular, and that's a great combo. But man, Sinjin, I love your comment about the NCSoft and City of Superheroes, because I remember that game,
Yeah.
and I did not know that happened. But that's a really great point there. That's a great point about UGC and mods, right?
Well, the
I'm
beautiful
just
thing
eating
is, like,
popcorn
you know,
and nuts listening to Sinjin talk. That's what I came for. This is pure entertainment for me right now. I gotta
but
listen
that
to
game
Sinjin talk.
has
all
been
day.
out, like it got basically shut down, even though it still had a good user base, like fuck, like more than 10 years ago, and they resurrected the game this year,
Wow.
right?
If you want to
And-
make a game in Web3, go talk to Sinjin for like a day. God, it's really like an encyclopedia of knowledge over there, sir. I want to ask you so many questions, but the show's only so long. We've got Crypto Grady here. And Grady, you have a huge amount of experience in things like DeFi Kingdoms, and they have like done interoperability. They're one of kind of leaders of that, done some of the like Dragons Crossing and stuff. And, you know, that's a different situation. But do you see games like either DeFi Kingdoms or other games like following the path of Nifty World where like you really start to try to integrate other games? Because to me, this past week or so has shown me that if you can have some kind of open world format where people are having fun, like it just goes completely nuts, dude. Like it's literally 1.3 concurrent view like players a day they're getting on Palworld, like breaking records. Their servers are down. They can't even keep up. It's insane, dude.
That's crazy.
That is insane. That is insane. Like, so in crypto Web3, so many of the folks there are just in it to make money. They're not really that concerned about the game, how fun it is. Guys like CryptoStache, right? His passion is to get to quality, high quality, fun games that people are into Web3, right? And so it's like, and they come in to play the game because the game's fun and compete in different things. I think both can potentially merge, and here's why. So in Web3, there's so many different diverse things we can do within the gaming sector. You can have crafting, potions. You have your heroes that go out and quest NFTs. They quest, they get items, then the items can make potions. You can end up making weapons, doing different things. Then you'll have the hardcore gamers that are in there. You know, there's pets, there's eggs, different things you can get. And the gamers can come and not have to worry about all that and just want to play the game and compete and get the best heroes, the best items, the best skins, whatever. And there's so many different along the way with that. The in-game economy is important, where you have items, they have value, they can be sold, they can be bought, they can be used in the game. So utility versus drop rates, all the different things. And then you have so many different facets to where man, everybody can win in this sector if it's done right. It takes time. When you look back, you know, it'll be the same with gaming, Web3 gaming. You look back at the internet. How long did the internet? It took like a couple decades to really take hold and become mainstream. But you look back at that and you think, oh, wasn't that just like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years? We forgot about that. Same with crypto. I think same with gaming. As this comes, I think everybody will win. It's messy now. And with all the upside technology, I just think it's a matter of time before Web3 gaming takes over. So yes, interoperability, games combining with each other, metaverses, all of it. I love it. I'm here for it. Doug, I love you, baby.
So that last part of this question for you specifically, Crypto Grady, is it like, do you think though that like the real incentive behind most of these games, like you see like a lot of them that are successful, like even big time, is
Right.
like the airdrop / like benefit financial from it? Because even Nifty Island's got the airdrop incentive that kind of like turbocharged it a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that'll be a facet. There's so many people in Web3 that don't.
But how much?
care
What
about playing
percentage? Is
the
it
game.
69%?
69% is probably a pretty good number.
Probably good number. Probably good
But it
number.
can still work if it's done right. Where people aren't really there concerned about playing the game itself. They might be degens and wanting to do other things, but if it's done right with the proper big brains, economy, drop rates, the way it functions, that's what we need in the gaming. It can't just be all about a AAA cool game. It has to have all those facets in place.
We have a lot of
Determining
opinions.
long-term.
I've talked to founders of big games recently. Like I won't name their names, but they'll say straight to your face, the only thing people care about is the airdrops and the financial parts, and that's all they're
It's not a lie. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not. That's definitely a case, man. As I think we see a lot of these products being propped up by airdrops, and it's like, is it a good game outside of that? And you also have an airdrop, then you have a winner, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a good way of doing it, right? Or is it only being sustained by this airdrop, and as soon as that's gone, nobody's going to care about the game? And with Nifty Island, yeah, I mean, I think that there is a possibility that, you know, a game like that, where it's like what we were saying before, like, oh, it's a little too casual maybe, and it's really only if friends are going to be jumping on. Does it have staying or lasting power? I don't know. With like a game like Big Time that is like a fleshed out RPG that is, you know, pushing quite a bit, there's a little bit more staying power there. Could they still end up screwing the economy up and alienating people and it being exploding? Of course. Of course. But we know at least there's stuff there beyond just like, okay, well, people are pushing for the airdrop. Now I could be wrong. Nifty Island could be a huge hit and they keep developing and pushing it. I've jumped in there. I played a little bit with it. I did a couple matches, and, you know, it needs polish for sure, but I think the concept is interesting, but we definitely have seen that as the narrative of people really pushing these play to airdrop stuff, man, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, can I
so
say like it's not like 69, it's 96, right? In terms of, the same shit, but you know, it makes a difference, right?
You're reversing the position.
Yeah, it
But
depends
that's
if you're
why-
on the
that's why
bed or
you
actually
guys are
standing
here.
up, you know?
Did you get? That was a euphemism. Okay, so you reverse the position. So, but that was the question too on your docket that you're supposed to read and research and do your whole book work. You know, your homework. You know, your book report on, are airdrops a scam? CryptoStache, are they? Yes or no? Tell us.
I mean, like, inherently, are they a scam? No. But I do think that a lot of projects understand how to try and drive liquidity and interest to their game by giving away, like, by printing money, essentially, right? Hyping things up, making them super limited, right? We've seen a lot of these recent drops be like, oh, we're only doing 999. That's it? Damn, man. Even Bored Apes did 10K. And like some of these products are really, you know, trying to manipulate some of these major numbers to try and get as much FOMO and as much degen attention into their game by saying, hey, here's all the things you got to do, social quests and you know, grinding for whitelists, and then what you're grinding for is only a first come first serve, and it's like, oh yeah, well, we're 30% oversubscribed. Good luck, suckers.
Yeah.
All that time you put in, like, maybe you have a chance now. And you know, there's not even enough to go around. I mean, I would love to see a product like, okay, if it's oversubscribed by 20%, you know, say, hey, make that a milestone. If we get this oversubscribed by X amount, then we'll add 10% more or 15% more, so it only remains 5% oversubscribed the entire time, right? Now you get more people that can now get in with the game and you know, really have the access and things they want, not just be, okay, well, this is for people who are gonna immediately flip these assets. They're just looking to farm the airdrop, and then they're going to be gone. And those people are not going to play your game. And so I think there's a balance there, and I don't know that we've really seen that balance just yet. I don't know that we've seen that balance, but right now it does seem a little overbalanced to just like, hey, here's the airdrop, stick around, and we promise a good game's coming. I don't know. So I don't know. And then that's for the good games. For the games that aren't good games, like, I mean, there's definitely ones out there that are promising these things and then just straight up scamming you. And then there's scammers taking advantage of the big hyped games. And people get into this like FOMO where they're like, I don't want to miss out. Oh my gosh, here's an opportunity to get on Blood Loop. Oh God, I gotta get it. They click a link, and they're not using their due diligence. They're not checking because there's so much FOMO around it. And then boom, wallet drained.
I'm telling you, at the GIA, there's agents like that guy right there. He's an agent. It didn't rack focus like it was supposed to. We're paying attention, guys, and we see what's happening. We know that there's marketing companies out there that are like, have the blueprint. Hey, just do these things and create FOMO. You don't even need to have a game out or nothing. Yeah, just do that. And then look at the tier list. They're always up there. Oh, this game's so exciting. I'm like, is there even a game, bro? Okay, let's go. Let's mix it up. Let's go to Sinjin next. Are airdrops a scam? Are you doing any airdrops for that I can get from owning an angry girlfriend? Because I have one and I want more. And I want, let me tell you, if the airdrop is more champagne bottles, more angry girlfriends, like line it up, Sinjin.
Yeah, I just want to go on the record and I want to just say, fuck metaverses, and they fucking suck and they're all fucking bullshit. And, to CryptoStache's point, like for interoperability, like, for the IP play, that's right. But the thing is with all these like platforms, right? They're all bound by whatever the game loop is, right? So like in Fortnite, fundamentally, you have 99% of like the custom maps that are made, but essentially you're just running around shooting people, right? And, this is where the issue is like from a game developer's point of view or game designer's point of view, it's kind of all bullshit, right? Like something like Second Life where, people got married and had land and they could create businesses and there was all this kind of diversity. That's more of a metaverse, right? Rather than a single like kind of loop. But on the IP front, yeah, definitely. Like if you're looking at the assets, like where the IP can be shown, right? But that's just another platform for kind of showing shit. In terms of like airdrops and stuff like that, I think if you don't do something that's in the current meta, you just don't get any attention. So for a lot of the developers, right? If you're in the Web3 space, either you build completely silently and you get no like vanity metrics, and then the VCs are like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, do you even know why you're in here?" And there's this. It looks like there's all this money on the table that you're kind of just leaving it there, right? But on the flip side of that, it's like doing these airdrops and stuff like that. You do it, you put yourself in a position where, if you're serious about your game economy other than your tokenomics, right? You might be fucking yourself for your actual game economy later on, especially if your supply of your in-game token is, inflationary. Doing the airdrop mainly for two ways. One is if you're holding and you're on our Discord, then you get our in-game token, which is not withdrawable. I mean, you got to use that in-game to get any value from that, right? And then the other airdrop is for players who are actually playing, who have actually gone on our leaderboard and stuff like that. And then they're going to get the actual like ERC20 token because it has utility in the game where, it actually allows you to simply play more for the games that really matter, right? But, when I talk to a lot of other game devs in Web3, like we always have like this kind of separate conversation. We'll be on these Twitter panels and we'll DM each other and we'll be like, oh, this is a fuck nut panel. And we'll be like, yeah, that's it. Or like, what the fuck is this guy saying, right? And he's a fucking dumbass. We actually have these conversations at the same time because like what people are suggesting goes against the entire idea of, basically the game itself. But I'll give one example of beautiful UGC is like Dota and LOL, and they came out of Warcraft 3. What's beautiful about that is that the beautiful UGC that comes out of these mods is that you have this super polished game loop. But what they do is that they redirect the game loop into something else, right? Beyond just using the same game loop in the mod. So with Warcraft 3, when it happened was that you had like these in-game characters who could level up as well as your normal units, right? And then Dota just said, okay, then we're just going to use just the characters themselves, right? So the game mechanics were the same, but they pushed it. So the game loop wasn't about armies per se. It was about mainly like 99% about the characters, and then like whatever 1% about the creeps. Whereas in Dota, it was more balanced, right? I mean, in Warcraft 3. So like once I think people can manipulate the game loops, so they can really use that game loop for something else and make an entirely different game, right? That's where we're going to see some beautiful things happen. But even with Fortnite, right? Everyone's like, oh fuck, these tools are so fucking awesome. But the games they're building are just shit, right? Because you'd rather just go play Fortnite than these other games. And the most popular
I don't know,
game,
man.
For me.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of maps that were like actually really well done that were like nothing to do with shooting. I saw a snowboarding map today, and it was like a downhill snowboard thing, and there was no guns involved at all. So I mean, I think you're right. I mean, in general, when you talk about all of the maps ever created, there's people just jumping in there that are kids, whatever. And like, yeah, I'm sure the easiest thing to make is a shooter. But I think that we've seen a lot of really cool things coming out of that, and I think
it definitely it's coming right now. Yeah, so we'll get there eventually, right?
Yeah.
But the most popular Fortnite mod has been like that massive room that you go into, and you have all your weapons beforehand, and you get jumped in this like massive pit. Like that's the first one that my son made me play, right? And that's just basically like Fortnite hyper, right? And just taking that game loop and just pushing it forward. But yeah. But I would just want to conclude that all metaverses fucking suck dick.
Oh my God. Wait, the name of this show is Around the Metaverse, right?
That's actually why I booked him on the show.
Around the Metaverse is 69.96 and sucking dick.
That's right. When I do the interview process for the show, these questions got him on the show's CryptoStache. He's like, the metaverse is terrible. 69 jokes. I was like, all right. We now have the arch villain of the metaverse on the show. You're signed up, bro.
He had to have got himself some Kulo, baby.
Some Kulo. You know what's funny, Coop, is I see in the comments right now people are asking about games on avax like Love Monster and stuff. Do you have any input on this? And you're the master of avax gaming over here, Coop. I want to hear all your thoughts. I've got my nuts and popcorn now. Do you think airdrops are a scam? And do you think that we can actually have like some cool metaverse, some new innovation in this space, bro?
It's kind of like Stash said it well, actually. It's not inherently a scam, but as a user, as somebody who might be looking for airdrops, you have to be really careful about what they're selling you along the way. Like almost every airdrop, if they're doing it effectively, is like tied to something else or leading into a sale. And they're generating this hype, this interest based off of some free money, but they're hoping you're going to spend it with them anyway. And so to me, that's where I'm just careful about it. And, I work in the space. Like if I were running a games marketing campaign, I would be looking at play to airdrop for sure. And utilizing it to generate interest in the game and make sure that, like Sinjin said, you do it at the right time. I don't think enough teams are thinking about the economic impact on their game later on. And they're thinking right now is the prime time to do it just based off hype and sentiment. And that's the one area where I would do a little more homework. It's like, okay, is this actually the right time for the game, both in the development cycle and like in terms of being live and having a real economy? Is it the right time? And where does the token fit in? So that's what I have to say about
the nuance of it. Like obviously what you can look behind the scenes a little bit sometimes and see games are just following a blueprint because it just gets some excitement, but it could fit well into their economy or into what they're doing. And, try to create like actual quality experiences for people would be really cool. It's hard to do a lot of that in Web3 because people are building fast and quick and small teams, and they're just going after like, oh, and so like a good example of that is I work with BR1. They're one of my partners. And they have spent a lot of time just working on one thing that they can be good at. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of cool. And they're doing airdrops and stuff, but they're like, I asked my friend Taco, what do you like about the game? He's like, everything they do just kind of works and it feels good and it works well. Whereas other games I play and it's just all wonky and stuff, right? There's a lot of different ways to go about it, whether you want to expand to a big world, concentrate on small things. And I think it's really cool to get input from you, Coop, because look at in the comments here, we have people literally asking about avax and stuff, and you're very much a part of all that stuff. And this is what the show is all about. I also see a comment from Jerry that says, Coop is a good Christian boy. You guys are talking like this. We're apparently ruining and corrupting you. And now I do have my friend Funky Uncle who is building a Christian game. So if you need a hookup with that, I'll hook you up. Okay, sir. He's one of my favorite people in this space. I hang out with him all the time. So we are talking about airdrops, and we're sorry. Go ahead, Coop.
Okay, one last thing is that it's the whole like changing of the meta is constant in this space, but it's interesting because I think play to airdrop is one that a lot of games were thinking about and have been developing towards for a while because it makes a lot of sense. Like, of course, you want to reward people for trying the game, and that makes perfect sense. And so I know of a game that's coming next month on Avalanche, and I won't say the name because I'm not sure if they've put it out.
The alpha.
But there is alpha to be found.
Say the name, sir. Say the name.
No, there's alpha to be found. You can find it. They're doing play to airdrop next month, and they've been working on it for 7 months. And it just happens that it's now publicly the meta, so things change faster.
Oh, we just got a shout out from Zenba who says Palworld devs made Craftopia and they left that just to die, and they're like still like cranky about that. They're angry at the Palworld devs. So here, there's some insider dirt, everybody. Okay, it's only hearsay. Everything on the show is scripted. That nobody's real opinions. You can't sue us. Okay, this is not real. All right. Okay, don't come after us, Brett Favre. Let's go. Let's go to the man who just himself had a bad experience with airdrops. Are airdrops a scam, Grady? And not just in gaming, but in the world in general. You're there all the time, and I'm kind of I'm more afraid to dip my toes in it because my experiences have not gone great.
Right. Most of them are scams, straight up. Like most of the airdrops out there are scams, and on the legit airdrops, it's encompassed with endless scams. So you just got to watch it. Now, I love what was shared. So, and theoretically, no, airdrops are not scams, but you have to think like within gaming, you have to think, what is the utility or use case, or what is the demand for this token that's just being airdropped? Is there demand for it in the game, for example, like to play the game, to craft, to move around, whatever it is? Otherwise, it is kind of just like free money dropping out of thin air. Okay, there has to be clear demand, utility for the game. Like, so the way I got scammed, just FYI, is the tweet was legit. The tweet itself was legit. What the scammer did so well was it looked like a thread, a tweeted thread.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
100%. I got scammed on it's like
a lot of people got scammed on that. Don't feel bad about it.
Oh, I know. And I'm with the kids and I'm busy and I hate airdrops. I've done a gazillion of them since 2017. And like, it just hardly ever, I never even hit the good ones. So I don't mess with it. If you do mess with airdrops, you got to do it right. You got to know exactly what you're doing. You have to have separate wallets. You got to take the time and have your SHIT together. I am with the kids. I'm in a hurry. It was a legit project. I had done the steps I needed to, and messed around with it. And then I thought the tweet was legit. And I only verified, a few times I verified just to double check. Okay. Yeah, this is the legit account. You even got to be careful that Twitter accounts get hacked. It keeps happening. Yeah. Even the SEC, apparently their Twitter account just got hacked. So, okay. Yeah, so you even got to be careful, even if it is a legit, from the right account, but the thread below was not, but it was so well done. It looked like a full threaded tweet. And here's like steps on how to get the airdrop. I did it. Boom, drained. So that's what you got to watch out for. There's scams like that, but most of the airdrops, I've done hundreds and hundreds of airdrops throughout the years. And, it's like you have to do all these steps. You're giving them your information. You're doing all kinds of crazy stuff to get like a few bucks worth of tokens or something.
Sometimes it's even a raffle too. And it's like, you might not even get anything.
Yeah. And so within a game, it can be totally legit. It can be totally good. You just got to make sure, all right, is it worth your time? Airdrop. Okay. Are you playing the game for the love of the game? They're rewarding the players. I mean, golly, you're just spinning your wheels if you're not just passionate about the game.
Here, let me give you a little bit of.
Don't waste your time.
Let me give you a little bit of this, okay, guys? We're pushing this show a little bit late. The lightning round is coming up, and we're gonna do it real fast. You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
It's gonna be like your crazy, angry Yakuza girlfriends in the room, and you got to get the hell out of there. You just got to grab your stuff and go.
I got a quick
30
question,
seconds,
Doug.
Baby, lightning round. Good job. Okay, let's go around, and we're gonna do a quick lightning round.
Wait, Doug,
And-
did you say lightning round?
Yeah. Ka-chow. Ka-chow.
That's
Ka-chow.
awesome.
Lightning round, ka-chow. Hey, I got stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do this. Okay, I got all kinds of soundboards. Okay, lightning round, baby. Ka-chow. You know what I'm saying? I got theme song for The Last Dragon. You know what I'm saying? The lightning round. We're in here, Sinjin. You know what I'm saying? Sinjin, you got 30 seconds. What games are you playing right now? Are they angry? Do they have girlfriends in them? And what are you excited about in gaming right now?
The games I'm playing right now, I'm a hyper competitive gamer. So like I play the same fucking games for like the last 15, 20 years. Dota 2. And then when I'm working, I'll have Shogun 2 on the background on my Discord. So I can just play a little bit and then get back to it. And I'll literally fucking load up like the remastered games like Warcraft 3 and shit like that. And then if my kids are online and they're bothering me, then I'll be like, okay, I'll play some Fortnite with them, and they'll carry me, and I'll just grab a shotgun and wait for guys to fucking jump and then just fucking shoot them in the head.
That's my style.
I have no Twitch skills now, man. I can't fucking snipe with my fucking life. I got to get up
Fucking
close.
boomer
and
skills.
freak out.
Gen
Wait
X
till they jump and then
skills.
shoot them in the head.
You just wait for them to make a bad move, and you're like, "Pow, Yakuza in the house."
That's
So
it.
Grady, what games are you playing right now, and what are you most excited about gaming?
Oh, baby. So, the first Web3 game I played, it was Fate and Arena, and I became like a semi-pro Fate and Arena guy. But the whole thing with Fate, it was like a big fat VC rug pull. It was a phenomenal AAA rated game, like esport level game, but the tokenomics and the token utility was awful, wasn't thought through. They took zero time to think through the importance of all of it, utility and like meticulous. Okay, then like on an opposite extreme, DeFi Kingdoms does that better than anybody as far as the deep, big brains, looks into the, the token economy, the in-game economy is mind-blowing, but the game is still kind of a work in progress. And so but I love the long-term vision. So much of this Web3 gaming space is speculative. And,
And the game of getting punched in the face, Grady. Don't forget that one.
Up only gaming, baby. Karate
Up
combat.
only gaming,
Let's
Karate
go.
Combat. You can only win. We talk about it on my show all the time. All right,
Uh-huh.
cool. You've got 39.6 seconds. What games are you playing, and what are you excited about?
I'm not playing any Web3 games right now, to be completely honest with you. I'm playing World of Warcraft Season of Discovery. I feel a little like Sinjin. I'm kind of like stuck in my past with gaming. I spent years on World of Warcraft, and now they're like redoing the original with some new stuff, new twists, and I'm in love with it again. I'm like addicted. So that's it.
They're giving you what you want. They're giving you what gamers want.
Seriously,
Nothing wrong with that.
Give me the OG with some spins. That's it.
There's some real gamers in the house. You guys are true blue gamers, Stash. Do you play Web3 games? And have you played 8,000 of them?
I played a few.
How many have you played, bro?
Yeah, it's at least 8 or 9,000 even, maybe. Ask Vegeta, maybe he knows. But okay, so right now I've been playing a lot of Big Time. Really enjoying that. New stuff that I've been playing that I think is actually really cool. I just played Decimated for the first time last week on stream. And they're in early stage. I was actually pretty impressed by what they had. I think they have a really cool base for like survival strategy shooter type open world game. And then tomorrow night, I'm excited about a game that not a lot of people I think have played, but Golden Tides. It's like an adventure pirate MOBA game. And you're like on a ship and like you have a crew and you're trying to get the treasure. But it's like a MOBA and you got special abilities like a League of Legends, but pirate style. And I think it's actually a lot of fun, man. You guys should check it out with this.
I just tested that, and I have to say, I was having a lot of fun.
It is fun, man.
Part of the show is we're
going
to get in a guild together and play something one day, okay? I don't know what it is, like one of these games. Maybe we'll play Golden Tides. I don't know.
You're always welcome. Always welcome to come hang out with the agents in the Gaming Intelligence Agency and come play with us tomorrow night. It's open to everybody, so.
I've learned that real gamers are on shows /Telegram /everything while still playing with one hand on the other side. Shout out to Dubs. Shout out to Dubs. Always playing parallels.
Yeah. I know you play so many damn games. It's like insane how you keep up with them, you guys.
Yeah.
So is Palworld a Web3 game?
No,
it's not.
Okay.
I wish it was.
That's why
but
we were
it's
kind of
so good. I
comparing it.
played
Yeah, that's
for-
why we're trying to compare it. You know,
I got addicted within 5 minutes. I'm like, stop! I'm turning the game off. Like, I want to play this now. You know, and everyone's playing it. I just like to try it all out and see what's going on. I'm trying to catch up to Stash. I'm at like 8 games versus 8,000 maybe
Good
or
luck,
something,
man.
right?
good luck.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Good old secret agent Stash in the house, baby. Well, you know, that is the show today. But I feel like what we should do real quick for another 20 seconds is just chill what the hell you're doing, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. Ready, Sinjin, go.
Yeah. Meiji, we're doing a black card drop. It's for our ecosystem where we're revealing what the fuck is everything's going on with our game. Shit, I'm bad at chilling. I'm good at like talking shit about it.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm fucking bad at this.
Crypto Grady, go.
Baby, I'm just getting me some Kulo. You know,
I'm Kulo,
Need
and
that-
you're getting
gotta
punched in
have
the
that
face.
That, that
Kulo.
sounds kind of bad if
Man.
you don't know what you're talking about. So I'll just leave it at that, man.
Coop, what are you? Would chill something? Hurry, fast.
TSM Blitz subnet just launched. They're doing stuff on chain. It's cool.
CryptoStache. Do you have anything to show, like whiskey?
No. I mean, I don't chill that. I drink that, man. But GDC, I think is gonna be fun. I know a bunch
Hey,
of
we're
us are
getting.
going. I'm
We're gonna
gonna
be doing
there.
like a
Doug
GIA
will be
house.
there.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
throwing down.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So
And
Doug will be
magic
there.
tricks, baby. Let's go. Fucking crash, bang, boom. We're out of here. You know what I'm saying?
baby.
What do we do? Play some music now? It's been an amazing show. It's been
Mm-hmm.
fantastic getting to know you guys better. Like an all-star panel of friendship,
Go
love,
follow.
and happiness
Follow.
everywhere. Look, follow everyone below. Click on those links. And I'll tell you what, if you click on those links below and then get at me on Twitter, I'll probably throw you some extraction packs or something. Go do it. Okay?
Do
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
Just do it.
Hype is here, the pimp daddy of Web3, and he tells you what the hell to do. Go do it now. Get it, bitch.
Now,
Ugh.
We out.
Doug,
We
you're
outta
mad.
here.
Doug is